Good morning and welcome to the Polo Grounds here in Del Mar outside of San Diego, California. We are here with our second game on Saturday of Gay Bowl coverage. This is Gay Bowl 25, the 25th National Gay Bowl. And we are going to be showing you a team still from pool play, and this is going to be a game in the open division between the Austin, Texas Heat Blue and the Los Angeles Express Gold. As you start to see the players, the Austin team is in the white with the different colors, while the LA team is in the dark black jerseys with the gold numbers. I am here. My name is Joel Tremblay. I am here with Rich Siegel. Rich is out trying to get some more information about the players so that we can give you their names by their number when they make great plays. We have some sponsors here that we are going to want to tell you about through the show. The first sponsor we're going to tell you about as we get this field ready is called the Good Feet Store. The Good Feet Store, discover real relief and comfort with Good Feet Arch Support Solutions. The Good Feet Store is the title sponsor of Gay Bowl 2025. We are lined up and ready to go here. What you are going to see to start this game is actually a kickoff. It's one of the few times you see the ball kicked into the air. And we will have the Austin, Texas team on our right, kicking the ball to the LA team to receive. That means Austin will receive in the second half. Our referees for this game are the referee in the white hat, Frank Rossi, with 13 years of experience from the New York City League. David Bruce is the back judge. He has 13 years of experience in Boston. Isaac Hamlin is your down judge with 4 years of experience in Chicago. And Keir Nicholson, with 8 years of experience from Austin, Texas, is going to be your line judge. We have 7 players on each side of the field. And once we get started, you will notice that most of this game is a passing game. Every team gets 1 rush per possession, not per set of downs, per possession. So almost every play you're going to see is start with some kind of pass. It may just be a short one. And the kick is up. It is good. It is fielded cleanly by the LA team, number 0. He is running and he is deflagged shortly before going out of bounds at about the 28-yard line. So the referees are going to set the field here. You can see some rubber hockey pucks out there. The first puck nearest the offense is going to be the line of scrimmage. The second puck is what we call the rush line. Anybody who is rushing the quarterback has to start behind that line, and somebody who started behind that line has to cross the line of scrimmage before other people can go in. And then the beanbag, which is going to be white this game, is your line to gain or your first down line. And Rich is back from getting information. Welcome, Rich.
All right, Eddie Flores is the quarterback, and he throws a pass over the middle that is caught by Stratton Gasquez. Just trying to get as many of the players on Los Angeles' roster as we could, because when we were handed their sheet, there were only 5, but now we've got about 12. And 3 of them wear number 0.
And if you follow Cloud Sports, when we do a lot of softball, we at least have the lineup cards, but you don't get those in football. So the Gay Ball has tried to provide us with spreadsheets of everybody's name and number, but they sometimes have changed since then. So thanks for trying to pick those up, Rich.
All right, you're welcome. All right, Flores calling signals, drops to throw, looking, rushes on. He is rolling to his right. His pass is over the middle, and it is incomplete. It was intended for Nick Ulvin, but incomplete.
And we're going to have a third down. I mentioned that this is pool play. This is our last, as near as I can tell, game of pool play coverage. Pools are split between A and B, and after the pool play, they sort out seedings and who should be in A and who should be in B. So when we come back with brackets, we will have defined divisions for you.
Flores again to throw. His pass is over the middle. It's caught. Caught by number 84, Nicholas Schmid.
Looked like a little bit of a push there at the end of the play, nothing called. This is not a non-contact sport. There can be contact within the first 5 yards for sure. That should be initiated by the defense. And then down the field, you have 2 receivers are going for the ball, both of them just trying to get the ball. If they contact, that's okay. If they're trying to gain an advantage, push, tugging shirts, hooking arms, that kind of thing, it can be a holding or a pass interference, some kind of penalty.
So it is first down at the 40. Flores has green shoes on for this game. His pass is complete, and making the tackle is Zach Whitley. Pass was complete to Nicholas Schmid, number 84. He's caught 2 at least, and they keep their drive alive. This is the opening possession of this game.
And what you saw there was 2 rushers coming at the quarterback and the offense having 2 blockers. And then once the rushers are past, the blockers released, just a little pass there, picked up a few yards. You're probably going to see that a lot because everybody is eligible. So sometimes the easiest thing to do if your wide receivers are covered is just get it to one of your blockers who snuck out from after the rush.
All right. Patrick Hoyera-Rica is the center. He delivers the ball to Flores, who looks to throw, paints left, goes long down the left side, and incomplete. And that was intended for number 11.
And Rich, it looks like Austin is playing a person-to-person defense here. They had every receiver covered with a person except for the rushers. A lot of teams play some sort of zone with safeties and cornerbacks, but this, at least for that play, looked like press coverage.
And Flores looks to throw again. Big rush, pass is caught and dropped. It was caught by Patrick Hoyera-Rica, but dropped. And it will be 4th down. First 4th down of the ball game.
4th and about 4 here. Again, the beanbag is the line to gain. That puck after it is the rush line. And the quarterback here is still having the rush, so one thing they might do is try to load up one side of the field and clear it out for the run. But 4 yards in this game is a long run. That's not an easy one.
All right, this is a big play early in the ball game, and there's a run trying to pull his flag. They can't, and his pass is intercepted. It is intercepted.
So, Rich, there was a lot of movement on the line at that. I did not see a flag come out. LA, honestly, probably wishing they had been called for the false start. But in the end, no flags out, no call for false start, interception, and we're going to be going the other way.
And I believe that was Rodney Navarro who picked that ball off, number 5. And so Austin not only holds, but they pick off the pass. And their first offensive possession will start at around the 34, 35-yard line. The quarterback is Tizic Garcia. And he is ready to throw on first down. He's going long down the right sideline, and the pass is overthrown.
Austin wasting no time taking a shot, Rich. And I hear every quarterback saying something, some color, some huts. It sounds like Aaron Rodgers back there. Kill, kill, kill.
Yes. 2nd and 10.
Incomplete pass, but worth pointing out, that receiver had gotten open. There was a window there to catch that ball. It was just a little too deep.
On 2nd and 10, Garcia to throw again, going to the left side, pass is caught by Kaysen Weisenhutter, and it'll be good for a gain across the 40 to the 39, and this will be third down and a short 2. All right, 3rd and short. A shovel pass, and that should be good enough for the first down.
Yep, the judge on our side is marking it as a first down. Don't see any argument there. Nice little play. Again, everything's a pass. That counts as a pass. As long as it goes forwards and leaves the quarterback's hands on its way to somebody else's, that's not a run play, it's a pass. So they would still have their run, but you'll see a lot of those in short yardage situations.
Corey Gayhart was the recipient of that pass and gets the first down they needed to, and that's exactly how many. It looks like they might have gotten 3. Pass is coming. Right side pass is caught.
So that one for about 5 yards. It looks like Austin is keeping their center and 2 blockers in, though sometimes they'll use them to release in short passes. And whatever the defense, and we'll try to sort that out, what LA is playing, there was definitely a little cushion there on the far side for the receiver.
Yes, indeed. I believe the reception there goes to Vontae Hayden. And it'll be second down. Garcia, a shovel pass, comes to this side, and the flag is pulled.
So LA rushing too on that play with the short pass to number 88, and they get him down.
John West Stewart had the flag pulled by one of the number 0s. There are 3 of them, and I believe that one was Ricky Johnson, and if it isn't, apologies. It'll be third down, and it looks like they need about 7. They're at the Los Angeles 38.
We hear Orange Cooper only here on third down.
And we'll see what that is. He's going over the middle, and the reception is made. It'll be good enough, I think, for a first down.
Close play there. The rusher managed to split the blockers and get in there, but the ball away before the flag came down.
John West Stewart made the reception, and it is a first down. First and 10. Jessica Garcia calls for the ball, and he gets a quick pass away to the right side. Caught. So it'll be second down. And I think that's John West Stewart again.
Austin taking a little time to huddle.
On second down, Garcia to throw. Looking, passes pass away to the right side. It is caught, and it is a touchdown. Six nothing for Austin.
And that first touchdown is brought to you by Simply Nature's Pledge. Simply Blossom Greens and Superfoods is your daily dose of wellness in one delicious scoop, packed with 48 nutrients, including organic fruits, veggies, probiotics, collagen, digestive enzymes, and adaptogens. It supports gut health, clear skin, natural energy, boost energy, and immunity. That's at Simply Nature's Pledge.
I think that was Kevin Kelly who made the reception. I could be wrong. They'll go for 1. They lead by 6. They score on their first possession after the interception.
And Rich, it looks like they're going for 2.
They're going for 2. Garcia looking to throw, fakes the pass, now rolls to his right, throws over the middle, and the catch is made.
So for our viewers, after a touchdown, you get a point after a chance, and you can go for 1 point by taking it from the 5 or 2 points from the 10. Most teams we have seen have been going for 1, and that's what they usually do, and then they can go for two if they've missed one, if they're behind. But there are teams that aggressively try to get twos, because if you score 5 or 6 times, that's another touchdown, and that may be what Austin's doing here.
John Snow was the recipient of the two-pointer. 8-0 our score. And so Los Angeles now back on offense. Flores running, throws a pass to the right side. The pass is caught. Catch is made by Stratton Gasquez. And it will be good enough for another first down. He got open behind a defender and was able to make the catch, no problem there. All right, Los Angeles comes out. This is their second possession. First one ended in an interception. Two-man rush, pass over the middle is caught, and running free with the ball is number 07, and eventually the flag is pulled. The catch was made by Stratton Gasquez.
Made it almost down to the 10-yard line of the Austin team.
So it's 1st and 10. Los Angeles on the drive after surrendering a touchdown.
Both teams taking more time to huddle than in some of the games that we've seen.
Flores looks to throw again. Pass over the middle is complete. Ricky Johnson, I believe, made the reception.
2 nice passes right through the coverage to a receiver on the other side.
Mm-hmm.
And our clock that started when the kickoff was made is going to run for 23 minutes, and then we'll get to a 2-minute warning, and things will change with sort of college football rules about clock stoppages for going out of bounds and first downs.
Flores again to throw, being chased. And the pass falls incomplete. Zach Whitley almost had the flag, but it falls incomplete, the pass does, and it's 2nd down and 10.
Flores still with his run, and if he gets past a rusher like that again with some open space, he may try to take it in himself.
Change the down, 3rd down. All right, Flores with a shovel pass. And I believe that's good enough for a first down.
Yes, they just flipped the marker, Rich.
1st and goal. Eddie Flores, the quarterback. In the huddle, he crouches, everybody else stands. 7-0 our score. Flores to throw, rolling to his right, looking, throwing to the back of the end zone and incomplete. Second and goal.
And LA making some changes here, trying to keep people fresh, I think. Number 11 came in for, I think it was 84 maybe? No.
2nd down. 2nd down and goal. And again, a pass is coming. He's rolling to his right. Actually, he is going to run, and he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. It is 7-6.
And that was a nicely designed play, Rich. What you saw there was they actually overloaded the right side of the field where he ended up running, and then all those receivers went left, pulled all the defense away, and
nobody was there.
He could have skipped into that end zone.
I'm sorry, I got the score wrong. It's 8-6, not 7. 8-6. All right. Here's the try for a point after. Pass over the middle is knocked down and incomplete.
Coming out of nowhere to knock that down. Very nice play by the defense.
So 8-6 is our score.
And we'll tell you that score was sponsored by Lawyers Title. Lawyers Title, providing title, escrow, and closing services for your residential and commercial real estate transactions, and they are at Lawyers Title San Diego, all together at Lawyers Title San Diego.
All right, Cesar Garcia brings his team out for the second offensive possession of the game. To throw, right side pass is caught, and that's Vontae Hayden on the reception.
And that's another 5 yards. And Rich, if they keep giving the receiver on that end that cushion, they're going to take it all day. Not a lot of help there. It looked like they almost rushed 3. 2 really went across the line. 1 stayed there, but they're putting a lot of pressure on the quarterback. They may need to cover that receiver a little tighter.
All right, second down. Garcia calls for the ball, dances in the backfield, goes long to the right side, and the pass is overthrown. Intended for Kason Weisenhutter, but the ball was overthrown. It'll be third down.
Very similar to that first play of the game, Rich, where the receiver had the steps, just couldn't quite land the ball there.
5 minutes to go until halftime. 8-6 Austin over Los Angeles in this matchup. Austin coached by my friend Matt Morgan. His team faces a third down. Garcia looking for the ball, has a pass away to the right side, and it is caught for a first down, and running free across the 40 is John West Stewart.
You know, we've seen a couple receivers get behind the defense. That one wasn't behind to start, but when he started going down that sideline, Rich, he had one other person to beat, and that would have been a touchdown.
So it is a first down across the 40 at the Los Angeles 38.
And we are hearing 4 minutes left, Rich.
All right. Garcia throwing. Long down the right side, and it is incomplete. Looked like Vontae Hayden, the intended receiver, off his fingertips.
The rusher's getting through the defense and putting pressure on the quarterback. Didn't get the flag off him, but he definitely had to throw that ball.
So it will be second down, 2nd and 10.
And while they huddle, we'll take a second to tell you about another one of our sponsors, and that is Flix. Flix is San Diego's original video bar in the heart of Hillcrest. Flix was the host of Thursday's night's Arrival Party and is a great place to watch sports when our broadcasts are done. That's at Flix_SD.
On second down, Garcia to throw. He is looking, he is going long down the middle of the field to the right side, and the pass is incomplete. Third down.
And Rich, I would say on the first 2 of those deep passes that we've seen, they were just a little too far.
Yes.
That one, I think the quarterback was dropping it right where it needed to be, just couldn't quite get a grip on it. But those plays will stretch out the defense, and they may open up some more of those short passes again. But this time on third down, they probably need to try to pick up at least 5 of this. So we might see something shorter here, and of course, quarterback still with his run.
They've been having success with the short game, too. On third down, he's going to step up, throws over the middle. The pass is caught, and first down. And this is the 2-minute warning. John West Stewart made the reception.
And that was pretty good coverage. He was taking him step for step. Ball perfectly placed to the outside. Nobody else had a chance to get it. So now that we're at the 2-minute warning, the change is going to be the clock is going to stop when the ball goes out of bounds or on incomplete passes, and it will stop briefly on first downs while the referees reset the field.
Looks like the ball is somewhere around the 20-yard line. If we were on a riser, that would be heaven. Anyway, Garcia continues this drive. After the first down, he drops to throw again. He's looking, he comes to the left side, a flag is down. The pass is almost intercepted, but then a catch is made, and it's a touchdown for Austin.
But we have 2 flags on the play, and they came in at slightly different times, so they may be for the same thing. As you say, number 11 tipped it. It was caught by Denver. We'll see what.
Pass interference defense, the penalty is declined. It's a touchdown, so the 2 flags thrown for pass interference on the defense. And Austin increases its lead. It is now 14-6 with the point after coming up.
And we'll see if they go for, looks like they're going for 2 again. I think this is just an aggressive offensive team who's going to try to get as many points on the board as they can, Rich.
Yes.
And the clock is stopped at this time. So when LA gets the ball, they will have most of that last 2 minutes to try to get a score and tie this up.
All right, Tizek Garcia calling signal. 2 wides to the left side and 1 to the right. He drops to throw. He looks, he steps up, he looks again, gets his pass away, and it is caught for the 2. And now a flag is thrown, and that's going to be for taunting. That's an easy call.
And so as it stands, it is now 16-6. LA will not be able with 1 drive to tie this score. The best that they can do is get to 14-16.
Here's the official's call, and that's an easy call. So that was Xavier Daniels who made the 2-point conversion and then did something that shouldn't have probably done.
Yep, so unsportsmanlike on the penalty, they said they are going to assess it on the kickoff, and that is the first unsportsmanlike you can't get to. So whoever that was on is going to have to tone it down a little bit or risk getting ejected from the game.
16-6 our score.
All right, so with the penalty assessed, we're going to start from the 25 instead of the 15.
All right, Flores drops to throw for Los Angeles. He goes long to the left side, incomplete. The pass, there's a hold, by the way, on Los Angeles. That pass was intended for Jeremiah Flores.
Well past Flores, he was trying to catch up to it, but there was a defender in his way.
The penalty was declined. They took the down instead. Second down.
So still at the 25 for second down.
There's some chirping going on across the field. Some folks feel that there should have been a defensive penalty, but they just ran into each other. On second down, pass is coming over the middle, caught by number 84, and he gains about 5. That's Nicholas Schmid.
Yeah, Rich, I didn't see anything on that play either.
I didn't
If
either.
anything, it would have been like a charge on the offense. There was just a defender there that the offense tried to go through.
1:29, the clock continues to run on the reception. This is going to be third down and about 6. And on 3rd and 6, Flores to throw. He's looking, going to the right side. Man is open, and the catch is out of bounds.
And that's what I saw too, Rich. He was trying to, but that first foot came in just outside the line.
That was number 07, Stratton Gasquez.
So big fourth down here,
yes.
already behind, and there would be enough time if they turn this ball over for Austin to get into the end zone again. Quarterback still has the run.
All right, on 4th down, Flores to throw, steps up, he's gonna run. He's got his flag pulled by Zach Whitley.
And it looks like he got it from the mark on our side of the field, Rich. So that's going to stop the clock for as long as it takes for the referees to reset the field. When you hear a whistle, that'll mean the clock is starting again.
5-0, 50 seconds. And now the clock starts again. Eddie Flores drops to throw. Looking, rolling to his right, steps up, still looking. Now gets his pass away to the left side. A man is open. And the catch is made. Jeremiah Flores made the reception, and this goes all the way down to inside the 10-yard line.
And that was about the similar play that they tried to run earlier, but this time
and
Flores,
now a flag is thrown. My goodness.
Wide open.
This is a dead ball foul on somebody. This is going to be on Los Angeles.
So my other question I couldn't see, Rich, is whether that receiver got out of bounds. Prior to the penalty, that would have been a difference in when the clock started. Now it's probably going to be stopped for the penalty, so they'll start on the snap, and we'll try to see what this was.
All right, now let's see if there is a penalty. Maybe not. Oh, here we go. It's off on the defense. They pointed to the offense originally, but it's a defensive penalty.
All right, there you go. So 1st and 10 from the 11 clock is going to start on the whistle.
They're still sorting out where the yardage needs to, or where the ball needs to be spotted. And it is inside the 10-yard line. And the clock runs. Flores to throw, being chased by Whitley. He doesn't get the flag, but there is an interception, and this is going to go all the way home. This is going to be a score for Austin. Touchdown. Rodney Navarro.
And another flag. Multiple flags. And nobody but Austin was down there, Rich.
Well, this will be interesting.
Not sure how anything could disrupt the touchdown part of this, Rich.
There was nobody in the end zone but Austin players.
Did he spike the football, Rich? I didn't see.
I didn't notice that either. And judging by the quarterback, well, let's see. Let's just wait. All right, here's the call. So this is the third unsportsmanlike conduct penalty of the game. This was on Rodney Navarro, who scored the touchdown, so he must have done something he shouldn't have done. So this is the second one for Austin.
And we can see if we can review it. My guess is he probably did something with the football he's not allowed to, like spike it, or made some sort of gesture in celebration that wasn't acceptable. What the referee said was that they were going to discuss with the now defense whether they want to have the point assessed on the point after, the penalty assessed on the point after, or on the quote-unquote kickoff, which just means where do they spot it for their next chance on offense.
All right, and here's... So you might have heard him. If you did not, LA is going to enforce the penalty on the extra point. Austin will go for 2 for the third time in as many touchdowns, and they'll try for 2. Will be at the 20.
And Rich, the other option would have been 1 from the 10. So Austin just ultra aggressive, but you get it, right? So if they get this one, they've scored 6 points on extra points. LA's scored none. That's basically another touchdown there.
Yes, indeed it is. All right. Garcia gets the ball. He is looking, steps up, looking, gets his pass away to the back of the end zone, incomplete. It was intended for Vontae Hayden, so the try for 2 fails. However, just a little time left before halftime, and our score is now the Austin Heat Blue 22 and the Los Angeles Express Gold 6.
And the difference here, Rich, obviously starts with the interceptions. And looking at the throws of these quarterbacks, the quarterback from the Express Gold is almost always throwing through traffic. There's been some nice hard passes, but a little bit in jeopardy except for that last long one. Austin's passes, whether they're connected or not, no one else is in the area to get them. They're thrown very well so that it's the offense or nobody.
All right, Los Angeles with a little time left to go before halftime. Quarterback Flores rolls to his left. He is still looking. He gets his pass away, and the pass is caught.
Caught right around the 30-yard line.
And if I read the number correctly, Carter Henderson was the recipient of the pass. Ball up to the 30. So that was a 15-yard reception. And there's a flag on the right as the center snapped the ball. There was an illegal shift on Los Angeles, and it's a 5-yard penalty.
And so I think what's going on here is they asked the defense if they wanted a 10-second.
The clock was running on that foul. It would have been a 10-second runoff. It was elected by Austin. However, LA, to avert the runoff, takes a timeout. Timeout, LA.
Los Angeles takes a timeout to avert a 10-second runoff. I got to tell you, Frank Rossi is on point. Frank from New York City in his 13th year as an official.
And that first time out is sponsored by Atwater. Atwater is this year's most exciting new brand of skincare. From facial moisturizers to sunscreen, check out the latest line of products. Atwater is here at Gay Bowl 25, so make sure to stop by and check them out.
All right, it is first and 15. Eddie Flores to throw. He steps up, free at the right side, looking for someone, and he does get a dump-off pass to number 84, who gets the first down, tries to lateral it back to somebody who just maybe lost the ball. The ball goes out of bounds. The reception was made by Nicholas Schmid.
Yep. And I think what happened there, Rich,
that is the half.
That was going to be the last play, so he tried to lateral it back. That makes the ball dead. There's no fumbles in this game. Referees and teams going off the field.
All right, we've reached halftime here on Field 1 at the Polo Grounds in Del Mar, California. And our score as we hit the halftime mark is the Austin Heat Blue 22 and the Los Angeles Express Gold 6 on the Cloud Sports Network.
And so we're going to have about 10 minutes before the action starts again. We're going to use that time to tell you about some sponsors, recap a little bit of the game, and tell you a little bit more about the Gay Bowl and the NGFFL. The first sponsor we want to tell you about during halftime is the Good Feet store. Discover real relief and comfort with Good Feet Arch Support Solutions. The Good Feet store is the title sponsor of Gay Bowl 25, and you can find them at the Good Feet store altogether. That's at the Good Feet store on social media. The next sponsor is Lawyers Title, providing title, escrow, and closing services for your residential and commercial real estate transactions, and they are at Lawyers Title San Diego, at Lawyers Title San Diego. So to recap some of that action for you, Los Angeles actually started by receiving the ball, and their first drive ended in an interception. The Austin Heat Blue then scored with a pass to Snow and scored 2 on the point after, so it was 8-0. The Express Gold did get down with that rushing touchdown where the receivers cleared out the whole right side of the field, and that got us to 8-6. They missed that extra point on a very nice defensive play there where the ball was knocked away at the last minute. After that, it was all Austin Heat Blue with a pass in the end zone where there was a pass interference penalty that was declined. Another 2-point conversion took us to 16-6. And then another interception, and Heat Blue scored again. They did not get the extra point because they were going for 2 from 20 yards away after a penalty, and that gets us to our final score at the end of the half of 22-6.
So some things about this Gay Bowl. This is the 25th Gay Bowl, by the way. This year's tournament, one of the biggest with over 250 teams, representing 28 leagues. This organization has grown significantly over the many years that it has been around, obviously with 28 leagues across the United States and Canada, all members of the NGFFL, the National Gay Flag Football League. The first 2 tournaments were called the Gay Super Bowl, and then they just renamed it to the Gay Bowl. But to me, it's the Super Bowl of gay softball. It is the Super Bowl of gay football. All right, the first tournament had 3 teams. The second year there were 6, and they have continued to grow after that. And your host city of San Diego, Joel, is the first city to host 3 times.
Football has been big here for a long time. As I think I mentioned, I played in the league in San Diego for about 4 years, had a wonderful time. Some of the folks I played with are still playing. The quarterback of the San Diego Bolts we saw last night, Eric Reisner, in his 19th season, and I think it was his 16th Gay Bowl. We want to tell you about another sponsor here in San Diego, sponsor of the local league as well as this Gay Bowl, and that is Flix. Flix is San Diego's original video bar in the heart of Hillcrest. Flix was the host of Thursday night's Arrival Party, and they are a video bar at night, and I will tell you one of my favorite things about Flix is that during the daytime on weekends, they will put those TVs on sports. So once our coverage is done, if you have college football to watch or pro football to watch, Flix is a great place to do that. And they can be found at Flix_SD, at Flix_SD.
So important. We really do appreciate all of the folks who have ponied up the dollars and the merchandise and other things that have made this tournament the success that it is so far, and will continue to be as we go through the rest of this day. We still have 3 more games to bring you here on the Cloud Sports Network, and then there'll be 4 tomorrow. We'll crown champions, and then it's off to Minneapolis for 2026. All right, we're shortly to start the second half. Our score is 22-6, Austin over Los Angeles.
And one of our other sponsors, perhaps if you want to get a little more money in your pocket so that you can sponsor someday, we're going to talk about Blue Peak Credit Union. Blue Peak's mission is to empower Californians to achieve peak financial wellness. You can make a meaningful connection with Blue Peak. You can find them at Blue Peak Credit Union. There's no E in blue. It's at BLUPEAK Credit Union on social media. And the last sponsor we want to tell you about is one of the great ones, which is the National Football League. The NFL is proud to once again partner with NGFFL and Gay Bowl 25 because the NFL says we're stronger together. And these partnerships with major sports leagues has just come on board in the past 10 or 15 years, and it's just been amazing to see the NFL supporting a LGBTQ plus football league, as well as Major League Baseball supporting International Pride Softball. Wonderful to have those groups on board and still supporting us.
Austin will receive this kickoff to start the second half. They will be moving from left to right. And again, Los Angeles will have an option of either punting or using the kickoff tee.
And this is going to be the last game that we are going to bring you that is part of pool play. After this, they will take some time, figure out how to seed the teams in the various divisions. And when we come back, we will be bringing you the team that is seeded 5th versus the team that is seeded 12th in the women's plus AB division.
So, second half is seconds away from beginning. This is going to be a punt. And this is Nicholas Schmid, who will get his toe into the ball, and he kicks a high one. It will be bounced between the two intended receivers, or two intended kickoff return men, and just harmlessly falls into the end zone and out of bounds.
So that's going to be a touchback, and so I believe we will be starting at the 15-yard line here. And you can see the puck going down. So first down marker will be placed at the 25, and we will get going with a chance for the Austin Heat Blue to add to their lead.
Commanding lead right now at 22-6.
22-6 and the ball.
Tizic Garcia is their quarterback.
Express Gold is going to have to come up with something here on defense to get this game turned around.
That's exactly right. Garcia on first down, looks to the left side. The pass is caught by John West Stewart. He's caught about 7 so far this afternoon.
And once again, going down that sideline and turning on the jets, he was that pull. If that pull didn't happen, it was a good pull, he might have made it all the way down to the end zone.
The ball comes across the 30. So the flag was pulled at around the Austin 31. And on first down, Garcia to throw. Looking left, going long down the left side. The pass is underthrown and incomplete.
But there is a flag, and I think that the rushers ran into the quarterback on that one. I think this is going to be a roughing penalty.
Ball hit the 20-yard marker, but this is going to be another penalty. And we'll wait for Frank Rossi, who has made his announcements very crystal clear.
Personal foul, roughing the passer on the defense. The 10-yard penalty from the last spot. First down.
Just like that we saw it, Joel. Correct.
You pretty much cannot touch the quarterback's arm. Sometimes you don't even have to see it. You can hear it, and it's going to get called as a penalty just from the smack that you hear. So moving the ball downfield. And Austin will reset, but this is even better for Austin.
Yes, it is. The penalty will take the ball to the Los Angeles 38 or thereabout.
Figure out who number 14 was.
All right, an inside handoff to John Wesley Stewart, and he goes left side.
Flags are still on, so I think he must have gone out of bounds there with about a 2-yard pickup.
So it'll be second down. Second down and about maybe a 2, or rather 8 after the 2-yard gain.
And again, the clock runs continuously for the first 23 minutes of this half. No reason for them to hurry, though. The clock is as big an enemy of the Gold right now as the Heat Blue are.
Garcia waiting for the ball. Shovel pass again. This one again to John West Stewart, and he gains a couple more yards. Looked like he was stopped on the play.
And once again,
by Carter Henderson, sorry.
And once again, the last person on the defense who could get him got him. I have a feeling he's going to break one of these, Rich.
Yeah. Third down. Looks like they need to get across the 30 to about the 29 or 28 for a first down. But as talented as this offense is, they'll go for it on fourth down regardless. Fake toss to Stewart, long down the middle, and diving for the ball, but not able to come up with it.
But once
is
again,
Vontae
Rich,
Hayden.
Deep incomplete pass, but thrown in the direction where the receiver was. No way the defense is going to get that.
I think I just heard the official Frank Rossi say 20 minutes.
And they call the play.
Zach Whitley comes in on offense. He's normally a defender, but he's coming on offense as a wideout. And here is a fake of a shovel pass, then a pass to the right side, and it's that man again.
And the Express Gold really are trying to change it up. They were rushing at least 3 that time, trying to get through there, but that's going to leave some people open, and nobody was there to pick him up coming across the line.
So it's a first down. He lines up, does John West Stewart, as the slot man on the right, to the right of Zach Whitley. And here we go on first down. A right pass to the right side, and he catches it again. There'll be a flag, and this is going to be on the defender, because the defender lifted him up, it looked like, and tossed him gently to the ground. But it was John West Stewart again on the reception.
Yeah, I'm not sure what they were trying to accomplish there. I mean, there was a little bit of a slip there too, but he was definitely up in the air, WWF style. So some good plays here by the Austin, Texas Heat Blue, but a lot of this drive has been penalties,
Yes.
Rich. We're already so close, we're only getting half the distance.
All right, it is first and goal. The ball at about the 8. And Garcia takes the ball, fakes a flip pass. He goes to the open man in the end zone. Touchdown. A touchdown. Trying to catch the receiver's number. It's the one who's wearing the hat.
Number
Oh,
X,
it's
Rich.
Xavier Daniels, number 979.
All right, and I think I heard 17:23 left on the clock. And much to the surprise,
28-6, by the way.
much to the surprise of absolutely no one, they are going for 2,
Going
Rich.
for 2. This is one talented offensive performance that we're seeing by Austin. Garcia takes the ball at the waist, gets his pass away to the back of the end zone on the left side, and it's incomplete, and so the try for two is unsuccessful. And that was intended, it looked like, for the aforementioned Xavier Daniels. So our score will remain 28-6, Austin over Los Angeles here in the second half. Los Angeles will scrimmage from their 15.
And no question, this has been a largely one-sided offensive affair so far, but if you're wondering about the mercy rules out there, they do exist in flag
Do
football,
they?
but we're not there yet.
Can you share with me?
Sure, I sometimes get these backwards, but I believe it's 36 ahead at 5 minutes and it's over, or 25 ahead at 2 minutes.
Okay.
So we're not even quite 25 ahead. They're being
Flores' pass to the right side is caught. Caught by Jeremiah Flores. Eddie Flores to Jeremiah Flores. It'll be a gain of about 3. Second down. Pass coming again. Looking, steps up, looking, has a short pass to number 11, and he is going to run free down the left side. Now cuts it back to the middle, still on his feet as he runs laterally to the right side, trying to get to the 40, but he comes up just a little bit short, and I'm sorry, I do not have that man's number. He's number 11.
But there are 2 flags on the field.
Ball carrier defense will extend that run and play by 10 yards. First down.
So that was a hold on the defense. We're also got some kind of injury here, and what they're going to get on the penalty is they're going to give him the run and add 10. So a nice pickup there, but we have a timeout.
The reception and the penalty yardage assessed after the reception will take the ball to around the Austin 34-yard line.
And this first time out of the second half is brought to you by Diversionary Theater, the oldest continuing running queer theater space in the United States. Diversionary is quality theater. You can find them at Diversionary SD, at Diversionary SD. So a nice pickup by the Express Gold, especially with that penalty added. And a quick throw to number 7 for a pickup of about 5.
That's Stratton Gasquez. Second down.
And when they put the puck right on the line to gain, that means we were correct about a 5-yard pickup, Rich.
Hello to all our friends in Austin and in Los Angeles along the Cloud Sports Network. Hope you're enjoying this. Flores' pass is incomplete. It looked like it was a little bit behind the intended receiver, Jeremiah Flores, but it'll be third down.
And I'm a little surprised that they are taking this kind of time in the huddle, Rich. Nothing changes the clock until the last 2 minutes, but they need a bunch of scores here. So they need a quick score. They need to be in more of a hurry-up mode if they're going to get back in this game.
It is third down and about 5. Eddie Flores to throw. Avoids a would-be flag pull by one player, but the second player did not miss him. Whitley missed on the first time, but number 30, W.H. Harris, did pull the flag, and there's a loss on that play, and it'll be fourth down.
And just to be clear, he was running, he was moving forward, but he didn't pick up any yards. So that is not his run for the purposes of this possession. He can still run again. That's just a sack.
All right, here we go on 4th down. And Eddie Flores looks to throw. There's a blitz coming. The pass is over the middle. It's incomplete. There were 2 players in the vicinity, Nicholas Schmid and Stratton Gasquez, but the pass fell incomplete. Austin has held on downs. It is 1st and 10 for Austin, going the other way.
So one of the questions somebody asked, Rich, is about receivers running with their hands in the air, which again is something you don't usually see in college and pro football. And one of the reasons to do that is so that you don't get called for flag guarding. Sometimes if you are running and moving your elbows back and forth along your flag, it can look like flag guarding. So one way to avoid that is either hold it straight up or hold the ball out with your hand.
All right, Tissa Garcia with a 1st down at around the 34, his 34, fakes a shovel pass. Now goes long down the middle, and there's a jump ball, and the reception is made.
What a catch, Rich. That ball was short. The receiver was behind the defense, and he managed to come around the defender, catch that ball without actually pushing off the defender for pass interference.
And I believe that's Vontae Hayden.
Impressive catch.
Wow. Just wow. This offense does not have too many weaknesses, at least none that I have seen so far. All right, Tissa Garcia brings his team out, 1st down. Ball at around the 15. All right. Garcia to throw, goes long to the right side to the corner of the end zone, incomplete. I believe it was intended for John West Stewart. He had good coverage out there by one of the number 0s. There's a penalty on Austin for a block in the backfield.
If he said blocking outside the frame, so I think what he's meaning is when you're blocking, you can block with your body. You can't put your arm out. You can't put your elbows out.
So it'll be 1st and 15.
But no pass interference on that play. That's the kind of contact that is very clearly legal. It was a jump ball. They both went up for it. Some bodies collided, but nobody was trying to gain a special advantage over anything. So they're going to let that one go almost every time.
So it is, again, a 1st down, 15 to go. Austin has the ball. The longer they hold the ball, the harder it is for Los Angeles to get back into the game. And on this play, roll to the right side. A pass to the right side is almost caught. It was a little bit behind the intended receiver, Vontae Hayden. It'll be 2nd and 15.
And the Express Gold just rushing a lot of people, putting on pressure. That time it worked for him. They got the pressure and the incompletion they needed. But got to believe if he has enough time to spot it, there's going to be a receiver open for him. The other thing that is good against a rush like that is that play where he is just going to do a short pass or a shovel to 88 sweeping behind the line. And you might see something like that again.
All right, let's see what happens. 2nd down and 15. Garcia looking.
3 rushers.
Left side pass is caught. I can't see. I'm blocked by some players. Incomplete.
Yep, I think he got hands on it, but couldn't quite bring it in, so it lands on the ground for an incomplete pass, and we're going to go to 3rd down.
Well, look who just showed up. It is 3rd down and about 15. Sam Lehman just walked into the booth. 3rd down and 15. Get out of my way.
He's trying to block our view, but he's so thin it really doesn't matter.
All right, Garcia to throw. Left side pass is caught. It'll be short of the 1st down. It caught just across the 10-yard line. It'll be 4th down.
I think they're going for it, Rich.
I would imagine they will be. All right, 4th down. The ball is around the 11. Garcia looking to throw. Quick pass over the middle, caught. Flag is pulled. I think that's Kevin Kelly.
And it looks like that was enough for the 1st down.
And it is a 1st down. Good call. If he turns around, I can definitely tell you, yep, it was Kevin Kelly on the reception. So it is 1st and goal.
Looks like we're at about the 2-yard line.
28-6 our score, Austin over Los Angeles. And here Garcia calls for the ball. And he hands off to John West Stewart, and he got banged.
Yeah.
He didn't get in.
He didn't get in, and I think that what is on the ground is a player's flag, not a penalty flag. No, that was a lot of contact.
2nd down.
All right, so it looks like we're just going to have 2nd down from wherever that play ended, which was not much gain.
The 2, maybe the 1. And for the first time today, Garcia comes under center. And he just reaches the ball across the line for another score.
And that is sort of the unstoppable play that is the flag football version of a Philly tush push, because they can't come at the quarterback, they can't hit his arm, so as long as his rush is active, that's going to be a touchdown when it's that close.
30-6 is our score.
Got it. Actually, with that one, because of those extra points you keep trying for, it's 34-6. That's
oh my goodness, is my math off
5
again?
touchdowns and 2 two-point conversions. So up by 28 right now. And believe it or not, Rich,
we're in that area.
2.
Garcia to throw for the 2 points, incomplete.
So now, Rich, at 34-6, if the Express Gold do not score before the 2-minute warning, I believe the game will be over at the 2-minute warning by the 25-point mercy rule.
This has been Austin's game from the start.
Impressive performance on both sides of the ball, to be honest. The offense amazing, but the defense getting it done as well.
34-6, okay, I've got the math right this time. Here's a pass that's complete to one of the number 0s.
And this Austin team on both sides, just so fast, Rich.
And I'm going to guess that's Blake Lewis, because I haven't called him yet. They told me how I could differentiate between them, but I don't know if I've been successful in that. Here's Eddie Flores to throw. Steps up, gets his short pass away. It is incomplete and almost intercepted. LA takes a timeout. 2 minutes and 18 seconds left in the the second half. And now Austin takes a timeout. That's their first of the half, and they, like Los Angeles, have 2 more timeouts left. All right, here we go. Eddie Flores drops to throw. Steps up. He is going long down the right side. The pass is incomplete. Intended for Stratton Gasquez. And now Los Angeles takes its second timeout.
Not sure why they would take a timeout there. That was an incomplete pass. Well, okay, we're before 2 minutes, so the clock is still running, so that's why they did it there.
.34-6 our score remains. And this is going to be a third down. Third and about 8. Flores looks to throw again, steps up, looking. He's going long again, and the pass is going to be intercepted. This is, I believe, the third interception today. Running free down the left sideline and still running free as he cuts it to the middle. There's a flag on the play, and that's Xavier Daniel, but there is a flag.
Whatever that flag is, I think it's after the change of possession.
Yes. So if the penalty is on Los Angeles, it'll be 40-6, but here's the call.
After the interception, personal foul and necessary roughness on the return team. We've hit the 2-minute warning. We're outside of the mercy rule limit. Therefore, the touchdown will not score. The game is over.
I'll let you explain what just happened.
Okay, well, what just happened was that there was an interception, change of possession, there was a penalty. In that time, and I think what happened was he said the receiving, yeah. So the score didn't, so we got to 2 minutes. At the 2-minute warning, this was decided by mercy rule. So whatever happened at the end of that.
The touchdown will score. It was on the original offense. Therefore, the touchdown is good. We're outside the mercy limit. Therefore, we will not try for 1 or 2. The game is still up.
All right,
Okay,
thank
so
you, Frank.
Let me roll through that again because that makes a little bit more sense. So the penalty was on the team that started as the offense that became the defense. So after the interception, they became the defense. The penalty was on them. So the touchdown still counts. Then the play ends. Then it's 2 minutes. Now we're at the mercy rule. Since we're at the mercy rule, they don't get to go for a point after is what the referee is saying. There still seems to be something to talk about here. But as the referee just called it, we were at 34-6. We had an interception. The touchdown counts. So the score goes in the books at 40-6 in favor of the Austin Heat Blue, and mercy rule victory at 2 minutes.
So they'll go through the handshake line as this game is ended in a rout, and the first time I've ever seen a mercy rule, and Joel wants to thank some people.
Yes, we're going to run through some of our sponsors one more time before we get a little break before the next game. So the first one that we want to tell you about is Good Feet. The Good Feet store. Discover real relief and comfort with Good Feet Arch Support Solutions. The Good Feet store is the title sponsor of Gay Bowl 25, and they can be found at the Good Feet store, all together at the Good Feet store. Lawyers Title is providing title, escrow, and closing services for your residential and commercial real estate transactions. Today, if you're wanting to see some sports, again, remember San Diego's oldest video bar, that is Flicks. They are in the heart of Hillcrest, and they were the hosts of the Thursday night arrival party, and look forward to being more a part of Gay Bowl. We want to thank Blue Peak Credit Union. Blue Peak's mission is to empower Californians to achieve peak financial wellness. Make a meaningful connection with Blue Peak. That's BLU, no E, Peak, BLUPEAK Credit Union on social media. And finally, one more time, we want to thank the National Football League, a proud sponsor of the NGFFL and Gay Bowl 25, because we're stronger together.
All right, we're going to take a break. We've got another game coming up, I'm going to guess in about 15 minutes or so. Final score in this game. In a rout, the Austin Heat Blue 40, the Los Angeles Express Gold 6. Thank you for being with us on the Cloud Sports Network. We'll be back shortly.